Yo, I'm CL Cool, and I represent the Yellow Rocket Boys Network Sports Channel. And this is the 8 things I learned about college football this season. Number 8, college football is still superior to the NFL. Now, don't get me wrong. NFL is always going to be the NFL, and the NFL is always going to do the bigger numbers because of the marketplaces and stuff like that. But when it comes to rivalries, when it comes to when it just comes to the play of football that's being played, when it comes to just the game itself, the fans, the stadiums, the atmosphere, college football still runs football. And like I said, I know the NFL get the bigger numbers because it's the NFL and, like I said, bigger marketplace. But when it comes to college football, it's still superior to me to the NFL. Now, some people might feel different. Some people might feel that the NFL is superior to college football, and I respect your opinion. But just me talking and only me talking, I feel like college football is superior to the NFL, and that's my number 8. Number 7. Coach Cignetti from Indiana is college football public enemy number 1. And what do I mean when I say public enemy number 1? If you're Texas, if you're Auburn, if you're Iowa, if you're Nebraska, if you're Wisconsin, if you're Cal, if you're Virginia, if you're Boston College, the excuse of, hey man, y'all have historically been a bad program, so what you want me to do about it? That no longer lives anymore. With Cignetti turning over the roster where he did in 2 years at Indiana, a lot of programs are going to want that. If Coach Cignetti could do that at Indiana, one of the historically bad college football programs ever, if he can do that in 2 years and get a championship, why could you at Auburn not do that? Why can't you at Boston College not do that? Why can't you at Texas not do that? Why can't you at Cal not do that? Why can't you at UCLA do that? And when I say he's public enemy number 1, because in my heart of hearts, I think a lot of coaches wanted Indiana to fail. Why? Because they know once he won that championship, all bets are off. Especially the bigger programs like the Alabamas and the Texas and the like the USC's. You got 3 years now. Coach Cignetti did it too. You got about 3 years now to turn that program around. When you were usually at an Iowa or Kansas or whatever, they usually gave you a little leeway because, hey, we're Kansas. We're not going to do anything. We give you about 4 or 5 years to turn this thing around. But with Coach Cignetti at Indiana, what he did, that's not the case anymore, buddy. You better have your program in tip-top shape. You better at least be in the playoffs by year 2. If not, I can see a lot of programs looking at what Indiana did. Yes, they had the $10 million and all that. But still, if you're Auburn, you can get $10 million. If you're Texas, you definitely get $10 million. If you're USC, you most definitely get $10 million to pay the players and all that. So, no excuses. And I think that's why Coach Cignetti is public enemy number 1 around the coaches, because it messed their money game up. It messed everything up. Now you got to get these programs in tip-top shape within 2 or 3 years, at least into the playoffs, or your job is not there. And that's number 7. Number 6, the SEC needs to get better. You see the shirt I got on. I do care about my team. I do. I care about Bama. I don't care if Auburn or LSU win anything. You know what I'm saying? Or Tennessee. Who cares? Or Georgia. Who cares? But I will say this. I'm not rooting for the SEC, any other team than Bama to win. But if a team did have to win, I would rather it be an SEC team, I guess. But I'm not even talking about winning the championship. I'm just talking about the product you're putting out there. We got stumped this year. And yes, I know there was a lot of transfer portal. There was a lot of people who didn't play. There was a lot of who gives a damn. But come on, man. Come on. SEC got to do better. We have got to do better than that. Everybody hates the SEC, and I get it. We've been pumping our chests and stomping our feet for the last 20 years, and people are tired of it. People hate winners. Whether it's basketball, football, hockey, whatever, people grow tired of winners. So this is a great moment for everybody outside of the SEC, but the SEC really does have to get better as far as the product they put out there. They just got to get better, man. And that's my number 6. Number 5, Notre Dame really think they're bigger than the program, don't they? They really do. After they got left out of the college football playoffs this year, they whined and stumped their feet like a bunch of little, biatches, and crying and moan. And now with this now everybody did the revision of the college football playoff. Still going to be 12 teams, but if Notre Dame gets inside the top 12, they're in no matter what, because they're Notre Dame. And I think that's bullcrap. And I've been hearing that a lot of schools are begrudgingly not wanting to schedule them anymore to make their program to make their schedule look healthier. And I like it. Let's see how good you are without the ACC and the SEC and the Big 10 and the Big 12. You got to go play North Texas and Northern Illinois. And let's see you get inside there then. Join a conference. And that's my number 5. Number 4, the NCAA need to grow some balls and make some rules. And when I mean grow some balls and make some rules, this is not even just applying to football. At the end of every season, towards the end of every season anyway, the transfer portal comes up. And pretty much in college football, everybody is a free agent. Pretty much. It's not like the NFL when people are tied down to 2, 3, 4, 5-year contracts and they just can't leave. In college football, once the season's over, you can be the star quarterback who just won a championship. When the season's over, he's a free agent. And so everybody renegotiates. And they need to put a stop to that. They really do. Grow some balls to put a stop to that. Because I think it's messing up the game. Yes, I like the players having the choice, and I like the players making money. But let's lay some ground rules. It can't be the Wild Wild West out here. Alright? Lay some ground rules out. Make some rules. Just like in basketball, like NCAA basketball. Players can go overseas, not sign contracts, be 38 years old and come back. But because he didn't sign a professional basketball contract, he can come back and play. Yes, I'm over-exaggerating. I know the players ain't 38, but you get my point here. Grow some balls, NCAA. Make some rules. Actually, just make them employees. That's what you need to do. Make everybody employees. Make them sign some contracts. If you sign with this team, you have to be here for 3 years, 2 years, blah, 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 whatever. But grow some balls. Number 3, what I learned is that college football is wide open. And Indiana's success should tell you that. Wide open. In a year where Miami versus Indiana was the championship game, it's as wide open as it gets. A year where it was Oregon and Indiana and Ole Miss and Miami, wide open. And that's good. In a year where Tulane and James Madison made the college football playoff, which I still don't think they should be in there, but they made it. It's wide open, and that's good for college football. It was always the elite. I'll call it the Elite 10. They always made it, whether it's Bama, Georgia, throw LSU in there sometimes, Clemson, Michigan, Ohio State, Oklahoma will always go be in there. But now it's wide open. And when Indiana win the championship, it's more wide open than ever. It kind of makes me excited because I want to see, what team can come out of the shadows. Boston College come out the shadows and win it all? Can Iowa State come out there and win it all? Who knows? Can Stanford do it? Who knows? But it's wide open. And you gotta love that. Number 2, it's kind of should have went with number 4, where I said NCAA needs some balls. But number 2, I think it's all on its own. Someone needs to fix NIL. NIL. Yeah, y'all need to fix it. It needs to start being some salary caps or something. I'm telling you, it's gonna get bigger and bigger. You know, really is. And also with number 2, what I say with number 2 as far as fixing NIL is the eligibility, man. We don't need these players playing 7 to 8 years in college. In Indiana, the average age of Indiana was 25. That's ridiculous. That's pretty much an NFL team. Let's get it down to 5 years again. All right, 5 to 6 years. That's all you need. No one needs to be in the college for 7 to 8 years. Unless they really going after a degree. So you don't simply be able to play football for 4 or 5 of those years. Like, it's getting crazy, man. With the eligibility. People suing, Chambliss, so like he want to be in like 7. Like, go to the NFL. Get to the next level, man. You did all you could do here. And that's my number 2. Number 1 thing I learned about college football this year. The Big Ten is superior. For now. Superior, man. 3 years in a row they won. Indiana, Ohio State, Michigan. 3 years in a row they dominated the SEC in bowl games. What Indiana did to Alabama. What Ohio State did to Texas. The game when it mattered. Look what the Big Ten did to the SEC. Big Ten, they're it. They got it. 3 in a row. I said at the beginning of the year, they can win 3 in a row. I give it to them. They won 3 in a row. And not only did they win 3 in a row, they won the 3rd one with Indiana. Tag, you're it. Big Ten, you're here now. SEC is here. You're here. Congratulations. Y'all earned it. CL Cool. I'm out. Much love.